It's Monday, and the energy is the Eight of Swords. Now, we had this card a couple of weeks ago, and so we're back to feeling as if we're in a box again. So what kind of self-imposed box have you built for yourself today? And maybe the focus very well is a box. Maybe you're expecting a box, or there's something in your post office box, or something in the garage, or a small space. But that's for some of you. For others of you, the issue is some kind of restriction, confusion, or powerlessness that you're feeling. It could be your actual energy. Maybe you don't have a lot today, or you feel held back. You want some kind of outlet, and yet there is not one that you can foresee. Could be emotional pain that is holding you back. Could be you feel isolated. Some of you, if there's illness, maybe you're in quarantine. But this is self-sabotaging energy where you've got some negative thoughts. You're going in circles, unable to come up with ideas, or failing to see them, refusing to see them. And maybe, it's because you don't know all of the information yet. And so before moving forward, you want to see what's going to happen or what's there. Maybe you're simply gathering up your courage to speak in a situation. But this is a card of last minute notice, things cropping up when you'd least expect that you don't necessarily want. Some extra work or some news that means that you can't do what you want to do, or you can't follow through with what you had planned because your agenda is preempted by this new circumstance. And it's annoying because you didn't know it was coming, and nor could you prevent it from coming. You weren't in control of it. And this is a pip card, so it's nothing major, but it's gotten on your nerves a little bit because there are some things, some loose ends that you thought were tied up, or you thought, this issue, we've already dealt with this. I thought this was done. I thought we understood. And here we are again. Now you're having to try to resolve something that you thought was already finished. So that's the source of your frustration today. And you're really irritated that somebody somewhere in your world decided that they would take their time and not let you know something when they should. So the fact that other people waited so long to notify you or take some kind of action is what's making you irritable. Now, it could be any number of things. They didn't tell you that they had an appointment, or they knew they had a health issue and now it's grown into something way bigger, or there's some kind of professional situation, some paperwork that needed to be filed, or a meeting that needed to take place, something at the last minute, a problem that you didn't see coming now means you're going to have to put in more energy, more effort, more time to get something back on track. Now, for others of you, this is a mental thing. Maybe you can't come up with ideas, there's the mental blockage, or you find yourself as a victim of narrow thinking. You can't get out of your head, or maybe there's a lack of growth. You think in a particular way and you can't move beyond that. You don't want to open up to any new ideas. You're comfortable in this little box. Anything else is much too frightening or threatening for you to move past. So you could be a willing prisoner. Some of the issues today could be a lack of planning, a lack of foresight, and this causes a last-minute effort because now you're in a rush. You didn't plan for something that was coming up. Maybe it was slated, scheduled, or you knew it was headed your way, and yet somehow you missed it. And now it's hard for you to get things back on track because you were only focused on the here and now rather than the later. And so you have to work much harder to prevent a situation now from overwhelming you. So again, today is about change that may feel slightly intense, some kind of restriction that you're dealing with. Now, hopefully you are released from something. Could be the removal of an obstruction, some unblocking. Maybe you're breaking free, or again, you're finally overcoming some fear. And as a result, you have a renewed faith in yourself, your own power, and your productivity.